My name is Susanne. My job involves bringing experts together to reduce energy consumption.
My name is Claire, and my job involves shaping an organization's storytelling.
My name is Lisa, and my job involves building cooperation programs with countries around the world.
My name is Anne. My job involves simultaneous interpretation during highly technical meetings.
My name is Tero. My job involves dealing with cybersecurity.
I work for NATO.
I work for NATO.
I work for NATO.
I work for NATO.
And I don't.
My job involves helping an organization's... No.
Hey, I'm really thrilled how many women are working for NATO. When I'm watching this clip, I mean, good morning.
But we should say we don't work for NATO.
We do not.
Welcome back, everybody. And I should tell you what the Atlantic Council has tweeted this morning, and we're back. So day 2. And what we want to do over the next 15 minutes, Ines and I, is bring in some other voices to hear your reflections. We'll be hearing from the Assistant Secretary General in a moment. But for those of you who haven't read the 79 paragraphs of the communiqué yesterday, let me underscore paragraph 2. We face a dangerous, unpredictable and fluid security environment with enduring challenges and threats from all strategic directions. So that's the context. But remember, this is about NATO engaging, and that's why you're here. We want to hear from some other voices in a moment. Remember what we heard from Katarina from Warsaw yesterday. You're all being too proper. The atmosphere was too much politically correct. So let's hear some other voices, Ines.
Yes, we want to bring in some folks, don't we?
Yes, indeed.
Where are they?
I want to talk to the Atlantic Council, 3 or 4 from the Atlantic Council, because you're here on a leadership trip. You've been in the Balkans, you've been elsewhere. One of you, please.
Would you join us here on stage? It would be lovely. So all 3 of you, it would be great.
I did warn you I was going to come to you. So it's not a surprise.
Thank you very much. This is your applause.
Just give us your view of how this is going, Lauren.
Okay. Just to kind of extend that. So I'm a journalist. I've been covering the Middle East for the past 8 years or so. A little bit of Africa as well. I guess for me, this is a great opportunity to come together and talk to interesting policymakers and whatnot. But to be honest, whenever I am at conferences like this, I can't help but to feel that it's just a little bit out of touch.
So we've got to get more in touch. Priyal.
You know, the first session yesterday was really great. I think everybody wanted to see a little bit more as the people just got up and were getting closer and closer and getting into the debate. I thought that was great. There was a lot of sparring. I felt like the sparring was missing from the other sessions. I wish there was a little bit more of that. There were in some of the sessions, I felt like everybody is pretty much articulating the same points, which are very crucial points, but I wish there were other sides.
So which
to it.
points are you missing?
For example, when we were talking about inclusiveness and diversity
Yes.
in that session, it was great, but inclusiveness and diversity is not just about women. It should have been about sexual orientation. It should have been about race, about religion. Why did we miss out on those issues?
Okay. Do you agree with that? I see some nodding heads.
All right.
Okay, so we keep that in mind. So diversity is more than just gender equality. Good point.
And can we get a microphone to Pete from Indiana as well, please?
All right. Hi guys, my name is Rainer Sturfeld. I'm from Estonia. I'm an entrepreneur in California right now and always participated in public life in parallel. And what I feel that my takeaway from yesterday was that, you know, tough times like this bring us together, and I really actually like that we're gonna have to, you know, come together and make some decisions and become better as an organization. It's like a relationship. You go through tough times, you revisit your values, you revisit your commitments, and, you know, yes, you will have some rubbing here and there, but I think that we would need actually even a little bit more of that just to shake things loose a little bit. So,
all right, so we've got to keep shaking. Got to keep shaking.
Getting in touch, being more diverse, and gonna keep shaking.
That's a message to all the participants and the moderators. Pete C.
Thank you
from
very much
Indiana.
indeed. Thank you very much.
Pete C. from Indiana. Stay up there.
Good morning, and thank you to both of you for bringing some different voices to the table. This is much appreciated. My name is Pete Seat from the United States, from the great state of Indiana. And the two things I would share first, I was very struck by the message about not being proper and being less politically correct. And I think that's extremely important when we go back to our communities, to our member nations, to share this story. But I think the real point there is we have to be more than just public-facing, as this event is, and we need to be publicly engaged. This can't just be a two-day session of talking and sharing these stories with people who already agree with one another. We need to do it back in our homes and back with the people that we live with each and every day. And the second point I would make is just how encouraged I've been seeing all the young dynamic leaders who have shared this stage over the past 24 hours. The Prime Minister of Canada, the Prime Minister of Macedonia, we'll be hearing from the Prime Minister of Iceland here in a few minutes. All young, dynamic leaders who are at the helm, bringing change to this world, and seeing all the young people in this room, too, leaves me very, very hopeful about the future.
Thanks, Pete. Anyone else want to come in? We're going to remain dynamic. Please, down here, microphone here. We've got about 3 or 4 minutes. There first and here next. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. My name is Florin Luca. I'm from Romania. And I want to share with you 2 ideas. First of all, concerning the values. We discussed yesterday a lot about the values, and I think it's a very important topic. I spent more than 20 years of my life in interfering with many cultures within 50 countries in the world. And one of the best idea that I've learned that values is not what we declare. It's not what we want. It's what we do every day in our actions.
And your second idea?
And the second idea that we want to share with you, it's about technology. And the technology we discussed a lot yesterday. And here the key question is, how can we use technology in order to develop and to defend our most important value, which is freedom?
What we want to know is how many of you are going to go home and have a barbecue for NATO when you get home, in the spirit of Christian Friedland, please.
Hi, good morning. I'm Roger Hilton here, Secretary General of the Youth Atlantic Treaty Association. And the 2 major takeaways for us as an organization yesterday was, number 1, unity and the ability to transform are the 2 things that will keep NATO together. Through the demos, what's very important for us is that we all didn't agree, and that these disagreements were sometimes hostile and a little bit violent, but that was okay. But I think we're all sitting a little bit at the top of our ivory tower a little bit, because while we're all political junkies news and we're addicted to these types of high-end articles, we need to be able to attract people who are outside of the bubble, chemists, farmers and stuff, but we need to make the point to them, why is it important for them to be invested in transatlantic
We'll be
values?
pushing that in a moment. And
Really get out to the real world. I mean, that's, I think, what many people said, right? Just don't keep it only here in this bubble, but kind of spread the news.
Hi everyone, I'm Tamara from Georgia. First of all, I want to congratulate you. It was a wonderful event. Everything started from the app, ending with the setting. It was beautiful, it was very engaging. I myself felt very engaged. I'm from Georgia and it's very important for me to voice my country's concerns here, so it's been a tremendous opportunity for me to be here. And I want to make one more remark about the event and organizational stuff maybe. I just wanted to say that I myself felt that the day was too long and sessions were too many. I feel that if you keep shorter, because I myself lost my concentration after the first half. We came here at 7 a.m., we left at 10. I left at 10.
So but many memories you will take home.
Yes, it's maybe just my preference. I kind of prefer quality over quantity, so I think that shorter sessions, or longer sessions but fewer sessions will
All right,
be
well,
better.
Ines and I will try and keep you awake later in the day.
We try doing that. We have to stop here now because I want to have a few words with Ambassador Tacan Ildem. Very warm welcome. Thank you for making time this very early morning, sir. So, which soccer team shall win, Mr. Ambassador? Are you allowed to say something about that?
Whoever wins, NATO will win.
That's a good point. Fair enough. So we are seeing the big event, the big summit there, and this event here. Which matters more?
Well, I think they both complement each other. We have a very important summit meeting. All summit meetings of NATO are important. And as we all could see, the deliverables are there. It shows that with the complex security environment that we are in, NATO is dealing with all the challenges that we face, and we deliver. The decisions that our leaders made are solid, and it conveys a very strong message that we are united, resolved, and take all the challenges as needed.
And how do we get this message out?
Well, this brings us to the second component, this excellent forum of discussion, NATO engages, and I would like to take this opportunity to express my personal gratitude to all of our partners in the think tank consortium that my division, Public Diplomacy Division, partnered with. It is a great opportunity to have you all here, and I'm gratified to see a young audience, young leaders, many women in the audience. You are the multipliers of the good story that we need to communicate to our publics, and I fully agree with those who expressed the necessity for us to engage more with our publics. We, as NATO, bring 29 democratic countries, 30 soon to be, and it is the responsibility of democratically elected governments to inform publics about security and foreign policy issues, to create a good debate, and I think as members of NATO to put NATO into the discussion. And here for the 2 days of discussion, the second day today will yet be another good opportunity to exchange views about critical issues that we want to address. We will then go back to our homes to communicate what we have been discussing here, because there is lack of knowledge in our publics, and we cannot just take it for granted that there is a solid public support to NATO. We have to explain it.
So what I understand is that all of us are ambassadors after these 2 days to bring the idea of NATO back home to our countries, maybe with a barbecue recipe, maybe with something else.
Yes. And my division will be always ready, available, at the disposal of all to engage, and we can build a stronger teamwork. This is what we need.
Thank you very much.
Will you have a barbecue subdivision, Tacan?
Yes, yes, of course.
We will hear more of you at the final session, so to speak. We're going to wrap up with Nick. So thank you very much. And I think we're all excited about this day. Let's get started. Let's be critical with each other. Let's be smart. And let's have fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of Women in International Security, Brussels, Ms. Corinna Hurst.